Hello everyone, I hope you are having a great day. Today we are going to talk about Jason Todd. Unlike Dick Grayson, Jason is impulsive, reckless, and full of rage. Jason Todd's first appearance is Batman number 357. Jason was the child of Willis and Catherine Todd, and he was raised in Gotham City. His father was a petty crook who ended up serving a prison sentence, and even after the sentence was served, his father did not return to the family. That left Jason alone with his drug-addicted mother, who he tried to take care of by ripping off car parts such as tires for cash. Sadly, his mother would soon die of an overdose and he would be left alone. He fended for himself just as he had taken care of his mother before, by continuing to rip off car parts. One night, Jason came across the Batmobile, which was parked in an alley. Batman had recently put new tires on the vehicle, but had not replaced the hubcaps with the redesigned ones yet. This created an opportunity that Jason could not pass up. Batman caught him when he had already stolen one of the tires and he was coming back to take the others. Batman tried to put Jason in boarding school for troubled kids, but this did not work out for Jason, as the owner of the school was actually running a training ground for youthful criminals. Batman instead decides perhaps the boy's anger could be channeled against criminals as Robin, or else the boy will likely end up a criminal himself. This is how Jason Todd became the second Robin. He was not the acrobat Dick Grayson was, but he was a strong kid with skills from life on Gotham's streets. On their first mission as Batman and Robin, it was discovered that Jason's father was killed by the criminal Two-Face. Furious at the knowledge and the fact that Batman knew of it, Jason went on a rampage until at last he confronted Two-Face. Rather than kill Dent, however, Jason mastered the anger and let Dent be arrested, much to Batman's surprise. While Jason soon proved to be one of Batman's most enthusiastic students, he was also the most troubled. Brash and impulsive, Jason's former life on the streets had left him with an ambiguous sense of right and wrong. This often placed Jason in opposition to the values his mentor was trying to teach him. Jason often uses excessive force to subdue criminals. The most dramatic of these moral clashes, however, happened when Jason tracked down a foreign national who had raped a young woman and later drove her to suicide. Moments after Jason arrived, the criminal plunged to his death from the apartment balcony. While the truth is still unknown, there is distinct possibility that Jason pushed the criminal off the balcony, thereby breaking Batman's strict code against ever taking a life. Afraid of Jason possibly murdering someone, Batman asked Barbara Gordon to come out of retirement as Batgirl and work with Jason on a case, hoping that she might gain a better insight into Jason's behavior. Although the pair worked well together, Barbara was unable to deny the darkness in Jason, which she later warns Bruce about. Jason later discovers his mother was not the biological mother and runs away to find the woman who gave birth to him. After following a number of leads, Jason finally tracks down his mother, Sheila, to Ethiopia, where she works as an aid worker. While Jason is overjoyed to be reunited with his real mother, he soon discovers that she was being blackmailed by the Joker, who is using her to provide him with medical supplies. Sheila herself has been embezzling funds from the agency as a part of the cover-up. Sheila hands over her own son over to the Joker. The Joker brutally beat the boy with a crowbar and then left Jason and Sheila in the warehouse with the time bomb. Readers will remember this at the end of Batman 427. On the inside back cover of the issue listed two 1-900 numbers that readers could call to vote for the character's death or survival. Within a 36-hour period allotted for the voting, the verdict in favor of the character's death won by a slim margin of 72 votes. Sheila and Robin try desperately to get out of the warehouse, but still inside the bomb goes off. Batman arrives too late to save them and is only able to hold Jason's lifeless body in his arms. The bodies are taken to Gotham City for burial. For the next decade's worth of stories, Jason's death haunts Batman, who keeps Jason's costume in display in the Batcave. Batman considers this his greatest failure, not properly training Jason in his role as Robin and failing to protect him from the Joker. It is later revealed that Jason indeed had died at the hands of the Joker. But when Superboy Prime alters reality from the Paradise dimension in which he is trapped, Jason is restored to life and breaks out of his coffin with his bare hands. Walked away from the graveyard approximately 12 miles before collapsing and thereafter is hospitalized. As the injuries inflicted by the Joker had not fully healed, After spending a year in a coma, he is recognized by a petty criminal who soon informs Talia al Ghul. After some time, Talia restores his health and memory by immersing him in the Lazarus pit, in which her father Roz is also bathing. On Talia's advice, Jason determines his death was never avenged and perhaps to confront Batman by traveling across the globe in the same path of training as his mentor. When Batman expresses no remorse for sparing the Joker's life after Jason was killed, Jason is further enraged and takes up the mantle as the Red Hood. Shortly after events of war games and war crimes, Jason Todd appears in Gotham City as the Red Hood, hijacking a shipment of kryptonite from Black Mask. In the midst of the battle with Batman, Nightwing, and Mr. Freeze, the Red Hood gives them the kryptonite back and tells them he has gotten what he truly wanted, a lay of the land. Shortly afterward, the Red Hood finds the Joker driven out of Gotham by Hush and beats him with a crowbar just like the Joker once beat Jason. Despite the violent beating, Jason spares the Joker, intending to use him later against Batman. The Red Hood assumes control over several gangs in Gotham City and starts a one-man war against Black Mask's criminal empire. Overall, he tries to cleanse the city of its corruption, such as drug dealing and gang violence, and to kill the Joker in revenge for his own death. Because of his anti-heroic activities, he repeatedly comes to blows with Batman and several of his allies. A Robin mask was found in the Batmobile, which never belonged to Dick or Tim, but it was in the style that Jason wore as Robin. Around this time, Batman discovers that Jason's coffin has always been empty, and he begins to question whether or not Jason is actually dead. Despite his return, Jason's Robin costume remains in its memorial display case in the Batcave. When Alfred asked if Bruce wanted to remove the costume, Bruce replied that the return of Jason doesn't change anything at all. Jason's return crescendos when he kidnaps the Joker and holds him hostage, luring Batman to Crime Alley, the site of the first meeting. Jason asks Batman why he has not avenged his death by killing the Joker, and Batman tells Jason that he will never cross that line. An enraged Jason explains that even ignoring all the people he's killed and crippling of the Batgirl, he believed that after his death at the hands of Joker, he'd finally be able to kill him, doing it because he took me away from you. Despite this, Batman explains that it is not too hard for him to kill the Joker. It would be too easy. He has never once not fantasized about taking the Joker somewhere private and torturing him for maybe weeks before killing him, but he refuses to go to that place. Jason offers Batman an ultimatum. Jason will kill the Joker unless Batman kills Jason first. Holding the Joker at gunpoint, Jason throws a pistol to Batman and begins to count to 3 while standing behind the Joker, leaving Batman with only a headshot if he wants to stop Jason from pulling the trigger. At the last moment, Batman throws a batarang that cuts down an object and slices Jason's neck. The Joker takes advantage of the situation, detonating nearby explosives that engulf the platform they are on and sending them plunging into the bay. Abilities: expert marksman, tactician, martial artist, and adept hand-to-hand combat. Enhanced strength, speed, and durability due to the exposure of the Lazarus Pit, utilizing high-tech equipment and weapons. Jason Todd's ranking in the DC universe is a 7 out of 10. It could have been an 8 if it wasn't for his anger issues.